April 1st, 2026. I will not be offering any April Fools for you today. The topic today, though, is kind of a more of a nonsensical sort of topic, nothing super complicated or weird. The thought I had was, is gambling a gendered issue? Like, are there more women or men that get kind of stuck in a gambling sort of mentality? And when I say gambling, I don't mean specifically just the act of making bets, spending money, that kind of thing. I'm talking about just in life, there is any number of things we can do that you might consider gambling. Now, I know in general, well, maybe not in general, but there's definitely a gendered assignment to risk-taking behavior that apparently steers more in the male realm. So men are known for being more of risk takers. But I don't know if I've heard that risk-taking behavior be even specifically qualified, because to me it makes more sense that risk-taking behavior is more related to like business or career or that sort of thing, which I think would also make it in the sense that probably men have more trouble with money gambling, that kind of thing, because that's all sort of related to career and whatnot. And so I think I would say, yes, men are gamblers more in that sense, and that's probably statistically correct, maybe easily statistically correct. But when I think about gambling as a gendered thing, as a gendered issue, I also think about the concept of gambling in relationships. And I think of this because it seems to me that the modern dating scene is one that women have become the gamblers because of their pickiness, their choosiness about the people they bother allowing into their dating realm. I'm not sure why I'm struggling to even describe what that is, but I'm sure the point is understood. The thought I have basically is that the nature of a woman's opportunity or self-perception about her optionality makes her more and more gambly. I'm not sure what the verb or would be for that, or maybe is that an adjective? Anyway, her nature would be driven in a way that makes her think she can get something better and better and better. And instead of potentially realizing the value of maybe some of the guys that have entered her life that really would be great for her. And a lot of this also, I think, and probably just relates to one of the videos I was watching today about how women's height preferences are kind of through the roof in a sense. I guess a big study was conducted where the average height preference of a woman was, on average, 10 inches taller than she is. So depending on her height, the average preferred height above her own height was 10 inches more, which is kind of nutty. I think that means the average 5'2" woman wanted a 6 foot or above. And to me, that just seems like gambling behavior. I think her preference, where it is a preference, it's not a deal breaker, although I think the preference becomes a deal breaker because of this perceived optionality. But anyway, her preference for a 6 foot tall person means that 5'11" guys who may be far and away a great candidate are just excluded for a physical factor totally out of their ability to influence it. It's entirely deterministic and has literally zero bearing on the quality of that man. And in fact, actually, my statement is incorrect. You can't say a person's height has zero bearing on the quality of that person, because their quality can be influenced by the way they are treated. And the taller a man up to a certain point is, the more fluffily, the more attractively he is treated, the more I guess life kind of offers that person. And in many ways that would actually potentially reduce the character quality of that person as it relates to those things which are kind of often given to them. So it can have a negative effect on their character. Doesn't mean it always will, but it can. And actually, by the nature of it, being able to influence a person's character, it would more or less increase the odds that their character is not as good. And it would be, I believe, in the same way, the optionality of a woman's character, that the optionality of a woman tends to reduce the quality of her character as well. I think this is just a natural development of people. The high character people are only high character because of who their role models are, who they are taught by growing up, and then combine that with the soup of life experience that kind of informs the way they feel they are entitled to act. Anyway, those were some of the thoughts I was having. So that is my what I initially termed as kind of a not deep thought. It actually kind of went deeper than I was expecting. What does this mean? What is the takeaway here? What is the call to action? I think that would be that we all have things in life which we feel we might be entitled to. I, for instance, want justice. I want fairness. I want respect, because these are things that I offer the world as abundantly as I can. But I am not entitled to any of that. It's just something I do because I live by the golden rule in that sense, where I treat others as I would hope they treat me. However, the true rule in life is that there are no actual entitlements given to anyone. Nobody is owed anything. So I guess my call to action is just be okay with the fact that you are not owed anything. However, that doesn't mean you do not you have to just accept what life gives you. You can strive for those things which you hope you deserve in life. Reach out for them and try to achieve them anyway. The day was pretty good. Just another app day. It's raining now. It was raining a good portion of the day, so I didn't get out to my walk until the evening. It was around 5 p.m., I think. A little before that, maybe, when I went walking. But yeah, it was a good day. Got a lot done. Upward and onward to tomorrow. Thanks for swinging by. Hopefully my rambling made some sense. Sorry about the slow pace. I'm a little bit tired. Until next time, take it easy.